Hello everyone, welcome to Nepal Tech. So today I brought a video regarding the Laravel application deployment on production level. So today we'll be deploying a LAMP stack on our Ubuntu server. So LAMP, and here you can see each individual letter have their own meaning. So L refers to Linux distro. So as for now we'll be using Ubuntu 20.04, and A refers to Apache 2, which is a web server, handles web requests, and M refers to MySQL. It is regarding the database. And as per your information, MySQL is a database management system, and SQL is the query language, and P for PHP. So PHP is for my business logic. So all my business logic will be done here. And as you know, Laravel is a framework that is based on PHP, so it requires Composer as well. So we'll also be installing Composer to it. So moving further, so these are the sets of command that are used. So this command will be installing the Apache 2 web server, and this will be running for adding the PHP on our apt repository. So apt is a package manager for Ubuntu. Similarly, for CentOS, there is a yum package. So we'll update the system, and basically I'll be telling you regarding the command on during the implementation. So let's start by SSH logging into the server. So this is my IP address of the server. Here you can see this is the public IP address. So it is accessible from anywhere over the internet. So I'm entering my password. So after entering the password, it shows me I have successfully been redirected to the server. And here you can see this is a Linux distribution, and it is a Ubuntu based server, and this is the name for my server. So here it refers to the server name, that is ECS Laravel, or the host name, and root is the user that I'm currently logged into. So root has the highest privilege in Linux. So let me clear the screen and let's move ahead with the sets of command that I have listed here. So the first command is for the system update. So here we can see the system is getting updated. So before that we need to install certain packages for upgradation. So we'll add this and we'll be installing the Apache 2. So right now, as you can see on my server, so this is my IP address. So if I hit enter on this IP address, there is nothing being served. So it say can't reach to this page. So let me clear the screen. Our system update has been successful. So let me run the second command. Okay, so let me paste it here and let me run the command. So it's asking for the yes or no flag, and if you want to continue, we need to provide the Y flag. So I provided the Y flag, and accordingly it is getting installed. Okay, so let's install the Apache 2 web server. So for that, let me copy this. And as I mentioned you earlier, I am logged in as a root user, so I do not need to provide the sudo to it, since root has the highest level of privileges. So let's see, this might take certain time. Okay, so 29% is already been done. And so today what we'll be doing is basically, let me open a MS Paint, and sorry. Okay, so this is my MS Paint, and here I'll be showing what we are currently doing here. So this is a server which is a Linux distro, that is Ubuntu of version 20.04. And what we are basically doing is, first we are adding, so there are three components that we need to add here. So let me add the three basic components. So here will be the, so let me write it, Apache 2. This is for the web server, and this is my PHP, and we'll be using version 8.0. And this is for the BUSI and ASS business logic. So since we are creating some application, so application is made up of certain business logic, so we'll use PHP as a business logic. And there is a MySQL, so it handles the data PSS databases. So pretty much this is the thing. So let's say it's getting 82% is done. So in our server, whenever a request is made from the client end, so for example, a request is made on our server. So as I mentioned earlier, my server has an IP address of 159.138.93.148. So this is the IP address that is shared by my server. And if a client enters this IP address 159, so this might be http colon slash slash 159.138.93.148. So the Apache handles this request, and according to the request that is been sent to the Apache, it will do all the things. So yeah, basically that's the thing. So as we can see, it's unpacking the files. So this might take some time. And here is the user. And okay, let me come back to here and let me search for image here. Clients. Okay, so it might give me the okay. See, this is where the client trying to access our server from the computer URL. Okay, so let's see. So this is some kind of URL. So let me copy this as well. So this image might not be copied. So let me do this. This will be the perfect. And let me resize it according to it. And this is the thing the client is doing. Client is basically searching our URL here. And so let me search for the Apache as well so that it will be a much more clear. And this is the Apache 2. Let me copy this. This will reside here. Okay. So let's see PHP. Okay, let me use this copy image and let me paste it here. So this is where the PHP. So this is the PHP that our business logic is using, and another we have MySQL. So this is the database copy image and let me paste it here. So this is the MySQL that we are currently using. So it is a database management system, and talking about Linux, we have used Ubuntu. Okay, so this is the LAMP stack that we are currently using, and this is the application scenario that we are going to set up. So let me go back to my, okay, let me clear the browser as well. So here still it's not showing anything because we do not have web server to handle the web requests. So for that we will be requiring a web server. So after the process is set up, I'll be installing the web server. So since I had provisioned the blank server, so certain changes might take certain time. And yes, basically that's the thing. So let's wait. And so let me describe according to the processes that according to the commands that are listed here. So after installing the Apache, we'll run this command. So it will install the software properties common and it will add the repository for PHP. Then we'll update our system. Then we'll be installing the PHP 8 and we'll install all the modules that are required for PHP for running Laravel as well. And we'll be installing the shortboard. Since shortboard is installed, we need to redirect our HTTP traffic to HTTPS, or we need to redirect from port 80 to 443 for secure certificate SSL certificates. using the SSL certificate that are generated by the shortbot, and php-m will show the install module. So after installing this module, we can check if they are installed or not by using this command. And we'll also be installing the php-myadmin. So php-myadmin is used to access the database that is inside our server, and we can make certain changes on the using php-myadmin on the server as well. So we'll be installing the composer as well. Since our Laravel application requires composer to be installed, we'll be requiring composer as well, and we'll be installing the database mysql as well onto the server. So let me clear the screen. Finally, looks like so. Since I already mentioned, I am logged in as a root user, so I'll be installing the commands without sudo. So sudo apt-get install apache apache 2, and this shows the Apache 2 is being installed. So currently there is nothing been shown on our browser. So if I refresh right now, we'll see that Apache 2 is on to default page. So that's because install the Apache 2 right now, so that's why it's getting installed. It's getting shown on the web browser. So Apache is a web server. So after hitting the web request on the server is showing accordingly. So let me systemctl status Apache 2. So using this, we can check the status of the Apache 2. So here it shows it's active and running. And let me do also one thing: systemctl enable Apache 2. So it will be enabled on the boot up as well. So whenever our system gets booted or restarted, it will be automatically be enabled after the boot up process. So let's go here and add a install the software properties common. Okay, so let me add the PSP unres PPA unres PSP repository, and let me update the system as well. So it might ask press enter here. So you need to press enter for this PPA unres add apt repository command. So let me update the system, and after updating the system, I'll be installing the PSP. So let me install my PSP 8.0. So let me pass the flag yes. After that, I'll be installing the PSP extensions or the modules that are required by Laravel as well, and for PSP as well. So before installing the packages, let me make a confirmation that my PSP is of version 8.0. So for that, what I'll be requiring is php-version will show me the version that is currently installed. So it shows the PSP version of 8.0. So let me clear the screen and let me run the installation of the modules. So let me copy and paste it here. So these are all the modules. So let me pass the yes flag, and let me install the Python 3 shortboard Apache as well. Okay, so there are many packages. Okay, so before that, let's check the modules. So these are the modules. These are the modules that I pass on the command. So here you can see crawl, CLI, MB string, MySQL, DOM, XML. So DOM, MySQL, MB string, and there is XML. So these are the things that we currently installed. So let me install the shortboard as well. So let me pass the yes flag, and after that I'll be installing the PSP myadmin as well. So for adding PSP myadmin, I'll be running this command and it will be asking yes or no. So let me provide yes to it. So right now here you can see that if I hit /php my admin, my website is not able to find the URL. So I need to fix this right here. So at first let's get this installed, and it's asking please choose the web server that should be automatically configured to run my PSP myadmin. So since we had installed Apache 2, let me install the Apache 2 option, and it might ask for the PSP myadmin password as well. So let's see. Okay, so configure database. Let me click on yes, and let me provide the password and password. So this is the password that is. Please provide the password of administrative account root with which the package should create it MySQL database. So password for root. So let me enter this. Okay, so looks like my MySQL hasn't been installed, so let me do ignore, and let's see if it's working or not. So before this, I need to include this on my PHP myadmin as well. So cd slash etc slash apache 2. Let's go here, and there is apache 2 conf. So let me vi to apache 2 conf, and here you'll see a include block here. So let me add apache 2 here. So let me go to the insert mode and let me include include. Okay, not here, sorry. Is there another block? I think we need to add there, right there. So include include slash etc slash php my admin. So there is a apache.conf file located there. I want to include this as well. So esc colon wq enter. Let me clear the screen and let me systemctl reload apache 2. So let's check. Okay, so it's showing the php myadmin, and for username and password, what we need to do is we need to go to cd etc and php myadmin ls, and so there is config inc dot, oh sorry, config db.php. So I'll be doing cat config db.php. So here is my db user php myadmin, and there is the passwords. So this is the password that I entered on the prompt that it asked. So the username is dbuscer and the password is password password. So it shows that MySQL real cannot connect since we have not installed MySQL server on my machine. So before establishing the connection, I'll be requiring MySQL server on it. So sudo apt install mysql server. So let me do yes, and it will be installing the MySQL server. Let's wait for some time, and what we can do is the content that is displaying here is being shown from. Okay, so we'll be requiring the cell to show the document root as well. So let's wait for some time, and okay, so let me search for one command: mysql user alter using mysql native native password cmd. Okay, not cmd, it's a query. Okay, so let's see here. There is a set sub command identified by. So this is not what I want. I want identified with. So this might be okay via not via alter user identified by MySQL native password where. So okay, just a minute. Identified by. Okay, let me copy this, but I need to make certain changes to it. So let me go to my MySQL -u root enter. So it's successfully logging into my server, but it's not asking me for password since I have not set up password for the root user. So I need to set up the password here. So for that, I'll be copying this command and I'll be pasting the command here, and identified with MySQL native password password, and let me set the password here. password password @123, and here will be by. So let me hit enter. Operation failed. Oh, I'm so sorry for this. We have a user named root, not test user. So since there is no test user, it's showing the error that there is no test user. So for this, let me add the root here and let me hit enter. So let me exit out of the cell and let me run the same command. It will show that access denied for user root local, and since we are using the password, we need to provide the password flag as well. Sorry, I exited. out of my server. I wanted to clear the screen. Okay, so let me clear the screen and let's go to mysql-u root dash p enter and let me enter my password. Sorry, I misstepped my password. Okay, so let me clear the screen and let me exit out of it since we know does not need that right now. So we have created a MySQL server and created a password for root user, which is password @123. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a file that is being displayed from my server. So where is this file located? For this file, it is located in var www.html. So here is the file that is located here. So let me go to the file and change certain content. So here I'll be changing certain changes here so that will be clear regarding the okay. So let me erase this and let me paste here Laravel deployment series Nepal tech. Okay, so let me refresh here. So previously it's showing Apache to Ubuntu default page, and right after I refresh it, it shows Laravel deployment series Nepal tech. So successfully we have shown. And let me also do one thing. I'll be creating a file here index.php and let me add some content to it .php so that will be clear that our PHP code is getting okay. Let me go to the insert mode and PHP info and we'll be requiring PHP here as well. And let me add the closing tag as well and let me save this and let's refresh. And since it's using the index.html page as a root, other page we need to provide it's on the URL index.php. Sorry, what I did index.php, right? Index.php. So it shows the PHP info accordingly. So we are pretty much sure that the PHP is getting rendered by our server. So let me cancel all of this here and let me go to Composer. So we'll be requiring Composer as well. So Composer. So after going to this site, you can see, oh, not this Composer. So here is the download. And we need to run this Composer installation commands. So let me run them serially. Let me copy and let me paste. Let me go to the root directory and paste the commands. So this is another command that we need to run. So it shows the installer verified. And let me run the composer.setup file as well. And let me copy this as well. So it shows the status of downloading. So let's wait for some time. And okay. So it's been done. Let me paste the command and let me clear the screen. Now we have successfully installed the composer. Now what we need to do is we need to move the composer file to binary file so that the composer command will be known whenever we run composer. So whenever we run composer, it knows the composer, and here we can see composer is installed with the composer version of 2.4.4. So let me again clear the screen. We have a composer installed as well. Now let's see here. We installed everything regarding Apache, MySQL, PHP, composer, and everything. So let me go to, so let me clear the screen and let me go to var www and let me do ls here. So I'll be creating a directory here with my Laravel project. So let me create a Laravel project. So for that, as you know, composer create hyphen project Laravel slash Laravel Laravel and project name. So my project name will be demo and let me hit enter. So the project is getting created and after successfully creation, we'll change the env file regarding the database as well. So let's go there and let's see. So basically this is the thing, and let me do one thing here. Composer installed successfully and let me ls, let me go to demo, let me do ls. So you can see this is the folder structure of composer, and let me provide the ownership to it as well, -r where www demo to user -data data colon user. Okay, so let's wait so that it shows the error, and we'll be doing the same thing. So typically we need to provide some permission. So before running the command, let's see what type of permission error will be throwing. So let me do ls and let me go to my env file, and here on insert mode, what I'll be doing is I will change the database name. Database name will be changed to demo_db. My username is root and my root password is password@123. So let me save the okay, so let me save the file, clear the screen, and let's do one thing. Certainly what I'd like to do here is let's do php artisan migrate. So this will help us to check if the database connectivity is successful or not. Okay, artisan. So there's a typo. The database demo db does not exist on mysql connection. So before creating from here, let me go to mysql and create a demo db. Looks like I created earlier, but so let me go there. My sql -u root -p, and let me provide my password for my SQL root user, and let me do so database databases. Okay, so we have not created database, so create database database demo_db. We'll be creating the database. So let me exit out of it, and let me once again run the php artisan migrate command. So the migration is been successful. So let's do one thing here. Let me go to php my admin and let me copy the what was the user. So cd etc php my admin, and inside config db dot php, I guess. So let me do cat. Okay, so php my admin and password php my admin and password. Okay, so access denied for php my admin localhost connection for the control user as defined in a configuration. Okay, let me try with my root. Okay, so from the root it's been showing here. So for the php my admin, I need to provide the privileges here. So for providing the privileges, okay, so let me search for the query. So grant all privileges. Okay, so for now we'll be connecting with the root user only. So the main motive is to connect with my php my admin, and I'm successfully able to communicate with the php my admin from my browser itself. So this is not going to be a problem for us. So let me do one thing. So first, now what we want to do is we want to access our Laravel website here. Till now it's showing this page. So for that, let me do one thing. So let me go to the root, let me clear the screen, and let me go to etc Apache 2, and let me do ls here. So all the configuration related to Apache 2 will be stored here. So let me go to my sites available folder. So cd sites, okay, available folder. So let me do ls. So this is the default site that is being currently shown there. So let me do cat to this file, and here you can see the document root is set to var.whtml. So since our Laravel application is on the document root var.demo, so it is not being currently shown. So let me clear, and what I'll do, I'll copy this default file here and I'll paste it on demo.conf, and let me go to demo.conf. Okay, demo.conf, and I'll change the root location as well here. And for this I need to go to demo, and inside demo there is a public folder which consists of our which consists of our entry point for the Laravel application. So right now also it's not showing because I have not enabled the demo.conf and I have not disabled the 000 default.ssl. So I have not disabled this and I have not enabled this. So for disabling this, what I need to do, sudo a to d this site and my site. So after doing the disabling, I need to run this command. Let me paste it here and run it. And after doing this, I need to enable sudo a2ensit inside demo.conf. So again, I need to reload the Apache 2, and if I reload here, we'll be seeing the Laravel website. So there might be some permission issue as I mentioned earlier. So this is the Laravel console, and here we need to provide certain permissions to it. So for providing certain permissions, I need to copy this. I need to go to my cd where www and demo, though do not need to go here, but it will be easier. So what we are doing is we are providing permission to this storage folder. So right now if you see the permission to this storage, it's read write execute. Read, there is no write permission and there is no write permission on the uh, groups, for the groups and others. So for that, let me do chmod -r777 and let me paste the, okay, so my path is inside. So let me give the direct path storage and let me do ls-ls. So here you can see the storage permission is given for all, including the write permission for both groups and others. So let me clear the screen and let me refresh. There might be another issue as well. So see, we have no another issue, but if it asks regarding the bootstrap cache issue, you can again provide the permission accordingly so that it will be served there. And if we try to access to PSMyAdmin, it can be also accessed accordingly. So let's do one thing. And as I said, I migrated some event detect on the server. Okay, so for this, what I need to do. Okay, so let's. Okay, so for this, we can erase this as well. So there is a command we need to place inside. Okay, so this is the command, and we need to place it on config inc.php. So let me go to my etc php my admin, and inside here there is a config inc.php. So let me vi to config dot inc.php and let me go somewhere around the bottom, and let me do one thing here. Let me do insert mode. Let me paste the, okay, looks like I copied the other text. So let me paste it here and let me save this file. And before saving this file, let me do a clear, and once again let me reload the Apache 2, and let's go here and let's refresh. So here we can see the issue that was previously showing is not getting shown here, but for this PHP my admin user we have not provided privileges, so it's showing this here. So this is not an issue currently for right now. So basically, yes, we have successfully changed this here. So now what I'll do is I'll go to my GitHub as well, and let's do one thing first. So for this website, I need to provide SSL certificate, and currently I want to provide my domain to this, but it's currently showing the web server is down since I have already uh, provided it with a Cloudflare as a DNS provider. So this is the default page that Cloudflare is showing. So I don't want this. I want my this application to be shown here. So for that, what I need to do is let me go to my, okay, systemctl reload Apache 2, and let me go to my configuration files for Apache once again. So for that, cd etc Apache 2 sites available, and inside here you can see the demo.conf. Let me vi to the demo.conf, and here you can see there is a server name associated with it. So for server name, let me go to insert mode, and this is my server name. So this is the domain name that my server. Okay, dot np, and I'll also be providing the server server alias, and this is gonna be sekharkhanal.com.np. Okay, so esc colon wq, and let me clear. So sudo a2dissit apsc. Okay, demo.conf, and let me also. Okay, so right now I'll not be needing that, so let me reload the Apache 2. So reload systemctl reload Apache 2 reload reload Apache 2. Okay, so it's reloaded, and now I need to sudo a2 demo.conf. So it's enabled. Again, I need to reload the Apache 2. So let me refresh it once again, and let me go with my domain name. So still it's showing the error, and if I go here, so since I have not enabled SSL certificate for my server, so it's showing the HTTP request. It's accepting the HTTP request, but HTTPS request is not getting served. So for that, what I need to do is, right now I'll be doing sudo cert cert port dash dash apsch apache. So let's see, and for email, let me provide my email. Okay, agree, yes, enter. Okay, so we have an issue here. So here we can see select the appropriate and error expected. There was two main requests of a given type. Error creating new two main certificate already exist for this. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me run the command once again. And which names will you like for this? So it's not been given to me because I have already revoked my certificate for almost many times. Then this do support. So for this, let me use my subdomain. So for subdomain, let me go to etc. So let me check which. Okay, so let me go to Apache 2, and let me go to sites available, and let me vi to demo.conf, and let me do one thing here. Let me change this to, okay, let me change this to test.sekharkhanal.com.np, and I'll be commenting this line for now. So let me say okay. So clear, and sudo a2dissit demo.conf systemctl reload apache 2, and let me again sudo a2ensit demo.conf. Let me clear, and let me run systemctl reload apsch apache 2, and let's see. So let me go to my https colon slash slash test dot sekhar. Okay, do not need to provide this as well. Dot. Okay, so it's working for the HTTP but not working for the HTTPS. So let me do one thing here. Sudo certbot cert port dash dash apsch apache. Okay, so this is what I need. Okay. Redirect. Yes, I want to redirect the HTTP request to HTTPS. So it's asking. So I'm choosing the two. So here you can see, congratulations, you have successfully enabled this. So If I refresh this once again, the text.sekharkanal.com.np is redirected to https, and looks like we are almost at the. Okay, so let me go here and let me clear the screen. Let me go to my var www html folder here. Okay, not html. My folder is demo. So ls. So this is the thing that we have achieved till now. So as for now, what we have done is we have installed Apache, PHP, PHP my admin, mysql short port as well, and we have used domain from register.com.np, which is the official registrar for .com.np domain here in Nepal, and I have used DNS as Cloudflare, and pretty much this is the thing that we did till now. So now we'll be moving around with Git, how to do the source code management, and for this let me clear the screen and we need to initialize the repo here. So for this let me initialize the repo here, and so if I do ls-la, previously there was not this .git folder, so now there is a Git folder, and here you can see there is a Git ignore to it. So we do not want our basically all files to be transferred to the GitHub. So this is the file which protect us from sharing the files to the GitHub. So here we can see uh, git ignore ignore. So these are the file that our server won't be sending. So node modules won't be sent, and the directly inside public, that is build, will not be sent. Public storage won't be sent. So basically this is the thing. And as I mentioned earlier, env is for the environment variables that we need to provide for. It might be for mail, it might be for database. So we don't want our credentials to be passed on to the GitHub, so we protect this from passing to the GitHub as well. So let me clear the screen. Now I need to go to my GitHub and log into it. So for this let me go here and let me sign in, and let me provide my URL and password to it. Okay, so it might ask me for the, okay, look, so this is the thing that it has provided me. I want to create a repository, and let me provide Laravel DEPLOYMENT. So this is the folder name, and let me make it private. Okay, Laravel DEPLOY. Let's see, this might work. So I'll be choosing it as a private, so that since our okay, so we did the git init, we need to commit, and we need to pretty much do these things. But before this, what I'll be doing is I'll be generating my SSH key here. So for this it will be asking, okay, SSH KEYZEN SSH hyphen keygen or something like that. I forgot the command as well. So it says that the public key has been saved in this folder, so I need to copy this from this folder. So for that let me cat to this file here. So let me cat to this file here, and here is the file, and let me copy this. Let me go to my settings, and in the settings there is a SSH and GPG key option there, and what we'll do is we'll add a new key and we'll give this the title for my server server, and let me provide the key here, and let me add the SSH key to it. And so pretty much now whenever I want to push any changes from my server to the repo, it will not be asking for the password or the personal access token. So this might be a good approach for setting up the keys as well. And let me go here and let me commit on my system. And before committing, I need to provide my email and my username. So for my email, so my email will be, So this is the case, and I also need to provide my username. Paste. Okay, so my username is sekhar. Okay, 12322. So now git. Okay, before that add dot. Let me add it to the, and let me check the status of the changed file. So this shows the file which are currently changed. So since we are pushing for the first time, so every changes will be notified here. And let me clear and let me commit it. Commit -m git initial commit. So yes, the commit is successful. Let me choose my main branch and let me add the remote origin. So this is my remote origin. Since we are using SSH, let me copy this and git add remote origin, git add remote origin, and git remote add origin. So let me copy this command so that I might not run into anything like issue. So let me run this, and the remote origin has been added. So let me push it to my origin main branch. So let me hit enter, and it's asking, are you sure you want to continue? So type yes, and the sending of data is successful. So let me do a refresh here, and here you can see all the files and folder are stored here. So I'll be showing you some changes. I'll also be developing some simple application here, and I'll be showing you how we can do that on the further go. So here we can see git branch, and here we have only main branch. So now I'll be creating a branch and I'll be working on it. So right now I am inside my folder location. So what I'll be doing is I'll be cloning the cloning this repo in my local, and I'll be doing the changes here on the local, and I'll be pushing it to my remote repository, and we'll pull the code from the server. So let's do one thing. Let me go to my XAMPP first, and for the local development I'll be requiring Apache and Apache and MySQL to be running. So let me stop it first, and for starting the Apache and MySQL for the local development, we need to download the XAMPP controller. So for XAMPP, you can do XAMPP download in Windows, and it will be showing the download XAMPP page, and from here you can download according to the requirement. So for the PSP version 7.4, it has a different folder according software according to it. So as per your requirement, if your version is PSP 4, PSP 7.4, PSP 8.0, 8.1, you can download it accordingly. So since I have already downloaded, I have started it as well. So what I'll do is I'll be copying the my remote repo URL. So as I mentioned earlier, we need to add a GPG or SSH and GPG key here. So this is for my machine. I have already added here, and for this what I'll be doing is I'll go to my htdocs, and here I'll be opening the terminal, and let me do the cloning. So on the first we need to provide git clone command, and Laravel deploy already exists and is not an empty directory. So I'll do one thing. Okay, so we already have a folder with name Laravel deploy on my local. So I'll be creating a folder with name demo app. Okay, demo app. So let's go inside here and let me open terminal once again, and I'll do git clone, and let me paste my code, and I'll press here, and so it will clone. And since I have already added the SSH keys there, so it is not redirecting for me for any username and password here. So this is quick time solving process to do. So I'll be opening this on my git. So for this I'll go back to terminal once again, and I'll do code dot here, and this will be redirecting me to my local VS Code editor. So I'll go here, and at first what I'll do is I'll copy the env example. So I'll create a file here with the name .env, and I'll copy all the contents from env example to env here. And first let me change the database. So database will be demo app underscore db. So let me save it, and let me go to my, okay, we'll not be needing this, so I'll completely remove that from my, and let me go to my browser, and I'll be doing localhost slash php my admin. So let me create a db here with demo app underscore db. So this is my database that my application will be accessing. And so let me not do anything here. So what I'll do is, so since the application key is also not generated yet, so I need to generate the application key as well. So for that, php artisan key colon generate generate will generate the key. Okay, so we have not done the composer object, so it requires vendor autoload folder as well. So composer update on this folder, so it will add the required folders as well and all the other modules. Okay, so just we can see the vendor folder is added here, and since vendor has this dependencies and other binaries associated with it, so we require the vendor as well, and other things will also be added here. So let's wait for some time, and until it's done, let's wait. And so this is completely local development, so I'll be creating a different git branch, and I'll be working on the code, and after the code is successfully working, I'll push it to the main branch, and the changes will be taken in care in the remote repository as well, in the GitHub remote repo. And since our server has do not have the latest code, and if we want the latest code from the GitHub, we need to do git pull, and after doing the running the command, it will successfully, the changes will be stored there. So for this, let me do one thing. Let me generate a key, php artisan key generate will generate a key for us. And let me do php artisan serve. So let's see our site on the URL. So if I click on this, I'll be redirected to this. So this is my default page here. So looks like our server is our application or the code is working fine. So let me do one thing here, php artisan migrate. So this will basically show us that the database connection is established successfully. So my migration sorry, has also been successfully sent to the database. So I'll go here and refresh it, and inside my demo app db there will be these folders which were not present before the migration are present, shown here. So let's go to my application and let me do ls, and what I'll do is I will be creating a branch, git branch. So let's see which branches are there. So there is a main branch, so let me create a branch with name day one. Okay, day one. Okay, so let me see the git branch, and here we can see I'm on branch main. So let me go to branch git check out day hyphen one. So if I do git branch once again, so here we can see I am on the day one branch. So I'll be doing all the development on the day one, and if the development is successful and the desired outcome is generated, we'll move on to the, we'll merge the branches. So for this, let me go to my, so let me make a model here first. So php artisan and make, and so for model we need to give model here, and hyphen model name will be product, and we'll be also making the migration and also the controller regarding the model. So this will run create. So here you can see the in model and the migration has been created, and uh, it's creating the controller for us. And so basically this is the thing. Okay, so after successful, let's go to our database file, and there we'll see migration, and inside migration there is a product table here. So we'll add some values here. So this will be title, and this will be my string, and here will be my, okay, sorry, This will be table, and we'll pass a value of title to it. Okay, another we have dollar table, and this will also be string, and it requires let's say what we want. We want price for the product, and let's say we also want another column with, okay, so another might be the category ID underscore ID for it. So yes, this is basically the thing. Let me save, and after saving it, let me do the migration. PHP artisan migrat migrate will basically do the things for us. So let me go back to my PHP myadmin. There are 5 tables located here. So if I refresh, there will be also a product name table, and see here the ID, title, price, category. So these are the default values that it will pass. We only provided the title, price, and category ID. So let me insert some values to this table. So title, so ID is primary key, so it will be automatically auto implemented. So this is product one title. Okay, let me pass it like this. Price will be 555 for example, and my category ID will be 1. So let me insert this here, and let me go back here. Let me go to my product. Here we can see I have a ID of a product one title with the ID 1, and its price is 555, and it lies on the category with the category ID 1. So this is my PHP my admin settings. So almost I have completed this as well. So let me go back to my local editor, and let me do one thing. Now we need to add values to the table, which is also done. Now let's go to the product. So it's inside the database. So while creating sorry, while running this command, we created a model, a migration, and a controller. So inside the migration, there we did certain changes. Now let's go to the controller. So for controller, what we have, okay, so before entering inside the controller, we need to go to models, and inside model there is a products. Sorry, here is a product. Okay, model, here is a product, and here we need to provide some protected and fillable dollar fillable. And what are the fillable fields are? First is the title, second is the price, and the third is category ID. So basically this is the thing. Let me save this, and let's move to, we have created a model as well. And so this is for the database, and model is for how the data is fetched by our application. So let's go to the controller here, and moving on to the controller. The controller is inside app, inside HTTP, inside controller there is a product controller. So let me add a function here, public function. Let me give a function name as create, and this is my function, and inside function there is some code. So since we have created a model with the name product, so I'll be storing it on variable product. So produ product colon all, and this represents the eloquent ORM. And let me return it with view. I have a product. Okay, product product, and here we have compact, and our product is product. So basically this is the thing. Let me save it, and we also need to add here use. Okay, it's already been added here. So use app model product has been added. If we do not add this um, product model here, the code will show some error as well. So let's go to our view. So for view, we need to go to resources, and inside resources there is view. So there is welcome blade.php. So let me create a folder here, a file here with the name product product.bladblade.php. I'm not going deep into the Laravel code as well. I'm just showing you how the source code management is also done on the server. So for this, first let me call the files as it is using this do die command. So for this I'll be calling products, every value of the products. So products products. So let me save it and let's go to our route. So we need to provide the route as well to access it from the internet. So for this let me do route colon colon get. So get is one of the method and my route will be product. So this must be same to the this name, otherwise it won't function. So slash product, and I want my product product controller class with a function name create that we created earlier. So this product controller is referring to this. So here we have a class with a function name create. So this is all we need to do. Okay, so before this we need to add it inside this. So let me save this and let me run php artisan serve. So we'll be bootstrapping the view as well, so there will not be any problem. 127.0.0 slash colon 8000, I guess. So this is the default Laravel page. Now we need to go to products. Okay, product parts error. So product compact product. So this shows error here. So let's check what might be the error here. So for this, oh, I need to provide the compact with a quotation here. And okay, so let's do a refresh here. Still it's showing the error. Okay, so it is still is showing the error. So for this, let me do one thing. I possibly found the error. So let me go here, and here you can see, let me clear it. And so I have not closed the bracket here, so I think this will work perfectly fine now. So let me go here and let me click on this URL link, and let's wait for some time. And I have a product here, and after entering the product, so we can see the data here. So on this I have added a product one title with price 555, so it's working perfectly fine. So data is being called from the database using the model according to our need. So what I'll do is now I'll be creating a, so let me go back to my here and let me go to bootstrap. So let's go here and let me do one thing. Let me add this CSS so that the bootstrapping will work accordingly. Let me remove this, let me paste it here, and let me add a table here, and we'll display the values on the table that we entered right now. So table so let me add a table here. So which table do we want to add? Okay, let me add this table here. Okay, so let me save and let's do one thing. Let's refresh it once again. Okay, so 127.0.8000 slash product. Okay, not products, it's only product. So you here you can see the list. So now I want my product title, product price, and the category ID associated with the product. So for that, let's do one thing. Let's go back here, and the first field will be title. So let me provide the field name here. The second one is price, and the third one is category category ID. So let me save it. Let me do a refresh here. So the changes are being notified here. Okay, so looks like I added two fields here, or what? Okay, yes, so there are two table added here, so I don't want the second table. Let me remove it, let me save it, and let me refresh it. So this is basically what I need. Now the ID will be by default, so this is the primary ID of our data, and the title needs to be changed. So for this, what I need to do is I'll not be needing the other values here. So let me, okay, I'll be needing the first one. I'll be keeping the table row first, other I don't need it. And for this now, let me do one thing. For ECS it's $PRODUCTS products as $PRODUCT product. Okay, so table first row will be as it is, and here we'll do call the value from $products with the specified name. So this will be go for my title. Okay, so this will go for my $PRODUCT. This will be for my price, and the next one we have is category. So this will be for my category. So this is $PRODUCT product, and this is C. Okay, CATGORY ID. Okay. Okay, so this basically is done right here as well. So let me pass the ID as well. So if I pass this value, the second row will, okay, we'll check that once again. So let's see on the end of the file. So it says, okay, so I started a for each loop, but I did not end the for each loop. So that might be the error. So for end for ESCH, it's control save and let me reload. Okay, where is this coming from? Table, title, price, yes, category, PSP current loop data. So let me do one thing. Let me stop this and let me serve it once again. Okay, the server is running perfectly fine. Let me go to product DUCT unexpected end of file. So let me see if there are any missing values. So the table link is for the head we have head, for the body we have body, for the table row we have the table row, and for each we do have this. Okay, let me see what might be the issue. Product player.php demo app resources. End of the part product player.php. So after entering the password, I am now here at my server. So this is my database. So inside database there is a product field, and inside product field, see, there is no any value pressed here. So I need to provide some value here. So for title, I'll be providing with product product 01. The price will be 555. Category will be 5. So this can be any value. So this can be product 02. Price will be 777. This will be 6. And let me add this go. Okay, so let's see how many values are added. So two values are added here. So let's go back here and let's refresh this using product and let me hit enter. So in this way we can do the specified work here. So here the ID is not showing, so this might be something I need to check. So this is basically the thing. So in this video what we did was we had a clean Ubuntu server, and in that Ubuntu server we added a lab stack for Laravel, and as Laravel requires composer, we installed the composer as well. We installed PHP myadmin, we installed mysql for the database, we installed shortword for SSL certificate to redirect from HTTP to HTTPS. And also what we did was we pushed the code to the remote repository, that is GitHub. We pulled the code to our local, we did the developmental changes there, we merged the branches as well. So there were many things that we did on this video. So I hope this video will be helpful for you for the deployment regarding Laravel, and as well as how the development process is being done is shown here. So I hope this video was somewhere useful to you. So thank you for this session. So in the next session I'll be bringing another deployment series. So stay tuned. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.